Okay, welcome back to our series in which we're looking at HPE's DHCI solution inside of the CTO Advisor hybrid infrastructure. Let's get down to bare knuckle roots. Is this a viable infrastructure? Is this a viable design? Can you take a traditional architecture where you have a separate storage SAN and you have a separate compute platform, combine that together via software and automation and make management easier? This is the video in which we talk about kind of day 2 going into day 3 management of DHCI and the value that we see or where it fell short in the CTO Advisor hybrid infrastructure. All right, so we know the overall problem of inside of the CTO Advisor hybrid infrastructure. We have ice cream inside of cake. We want more visibility, more capability, more flexibility, and DHCI promises that. We saw in the initial install that the 15-minute installation claim, while a marketing claim gave more truth to the ease of installation. Now let's talk about management. This second level problem that the CTO Advisor specifically had with being able to upgrade from one version of vSphere to another version of vSphere, from one control plane to another version of the control plane. What did we expect? We expected HPE to basically have figured out all of the automation needed to enable the increased technical capability. Let's talk industry-wide for a second here. I don't care if you're talking about DHCI, HCI, public cloud, AI, ML infrastructure. You need automation in order to do more with less. I cannot have my engineers spending time learning the commands to deploy new VLANs, learning the commands and the button clicks to deploy new LUNs and volumes and server profiles on a storage array. I can't have them troubleshooting the minutia of I/O performance inside of a data center that's as complex as even the CTO Advisor's simple deployment. So what did I expect from HPE? I expected the automation to simply work. And did it simply work? Well, you know what? It's a mixed bag. This is the CTO Advisor. We kind of removed the marketing fluff and tell you exactly what we found. We started out with an older version of their solution, and then they upgraded our demo unit to the latest version. Tom put it through its paces, and what we discovered is that the architecture makes sense. The vision makes sense. But not even the great HPE, who I've been a customer of for years, can think of every instance that automation needs to be implemented and how across 1,000 different customers, how every nuance of the difference. And we ran into some of those challenges. But overall, HPE did deliver on the promise of putting automation on top of a traditional stack and making our operations easier. How so? Give you an example. I talked about how Tom gave me a quote of 40 to 80 hours of looking for the right version of the hardware storage controller, the right hard drives for vSAN, the right Intel parts for networking, etc., to be validated as a HCI solution. HPE basically put that into a repository for the CTO Advisor team to simply go to select a pack, pull it down, deploy, and now Tom's 80 to 40 hours of work to research what versions of what firmware and hardware revisions is reduced to basically a 15-minute check. And this is the 15-minute claim come true to deploy the next version of HPE's PAC. So how did that work in practice? So what does this all mean to the business? Like, why should CIOs, CTOs care? If we need to move faster, we need staff that can basically move at the speed of the business. When Tom came to me and said that it would take 40 to 80 hours to upgrade our VCI, our HCI platform to the latest version of vSphere, I had a pause. My business cannot take out the time to dedicate one of my top engineers, if not my top engineer, to do a menial task such as upgrade from one version of a hypervisor to another version of a hypervisor. This services up in our ability to meet SLAs. When I need to deploy a new ERP landscape and I'm spending 40 to 80 hours doing the simplest blocking and tackling things to hardware, and add on that hardware procurement, change management, etc., I'm just not meeting the call to action from the business. Automation is needed in order to make the SLAs that the business is driving CTOs and CIOs to meet possible. The question is HPE doing this with DHCI? Let's talk a little bit from a technical perspective. InfoSight, I can't overemphasize this. I'm surprised. I've been critical of HPE and some of their marketing claims. I'm surprised InfoSight isn't pasted over all the branding and all the capabilities. By far, InfoSight is the thing that changes my operations and capabilities and my ability to deliver applications faster, to monitor those applications so that I can have staff like Tom doing things like learning Kubernetes or cloud native architectures, or how to better secure my data across public and private cloud. These things, these improvements HPE is making in their DHCI platform are table stakes. They are needed in order to move the ball of enterprise IT further along the data analysis route, the ability to get insights from our data so that we can build better applications and answer the questions around data from the edge to the cloud better. Speaking about answering questions from the edge to the cloud better, the next video series, we're going to look deeper into this AI ML capability, this ability to run applications on this DHCI stack, and whether or not HPE is meeting those claims. To find out more about the CTO Advisor, you can follow me on the web. thectoadvisor.com is the website for the CTO Advisor business. And I'm on Twitter. @CTO Advisor is the Twitter handle. DMs are open. You can challenge me. Go back and forth. Was I too easy on HPE? Was I too hard on them?